You said earlier that your friends, the people you were growing up with, said you're not a college guy. And in fact, you grew up the youngest of 6 children in a 3-room home. And a shack without plumbing, as I recall. And you're being told in your environment that you shouldn't go to college, and yet you went to the College of Holy Cross. You graduated cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. You graduate with an MBA from arguably one of the best business schools in the world at Columbia. So how did you get on that path? How did you ignore the noise of your environment telling you you're not that guy?
There's a little luck along the way, of course, but I'd also attribute it to some really good teachers that took me under their wing and showed me that I could do it, that believed in me. But here's the way I look at it. We all have adversity. You don't have to grow up without running water to have challenges. It could be you were bullied as a kid, or maybe you were wealthy and had too many rules. We all have some form of adversity. And it's in our power to respond to that challenge either positively or negatively. Too often, we become the victim. We say, oh, woe is me, I'm poor, or they have a better advantage, I'll never make it. For some reason, I turned that adversity into my superpower. I go over to Oak Cliff and I tell these kids, you guys are lucky. It's those kids on the north side of town, they're at a disadvantage. They're getting everything to them. They're soft. You're hard. You're hungry. You can do this, but you've got to turn that disadvantage into an advantage by recognizing the opportunities in your hands. You can do this, and that truly is the difference. That's what separated me. My brothers and sisters. I have a brother today that says, "Oh, Jim, you were just lucky." Thanks, dude, but I busted my butt while you were out partying and having fun and then quitting school and going to work so you could buy a car. I was struggling.
Right. Well, it's how do you make a diamond? Pressure.
Yeah.
It's just the same thing.
And to that end, you really are a Horatio Alger story, coming out of that environment and creating that path. You were awarded the Horatio Alger Award, and congratulations. That puts you in some pretty rare air. I will say that I read that the largest concentration of recipients of the Horatio Alger Award of any metropolitan area is Dallas. New York is second.
Yep.
Chicago's third, right? So there's something in the water in Texas. The other thing I learned in researching this is, and what a great dovetail into your book and what your mission is these days, is that the Horatio Alger Association has given away $265 million in need-based scholarships since 1984. And so people coming out of poverty and getting these awards are graduating at a 72% rate. Versus a 20% rate for those that don't receive these awards. So that's got to really pull at your heartstrings to have received that award and be part of an association that's basically fulfilling the mission you're describing in your book.
They really do some good work, and the scholarship money is amazing. There have been some very generous people that have given a lot to support these kids, but the best part, once a year we get together in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, right.
And we have all these kids. And here are a bunch of old farts like me sitting around telling these kids how hard I had it. I didn't have running water. And it's like, well, we had running water, but my mom is in jail. My dad is on crack.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Makes my story pale in comparison. Yeah. But it's the same opportunity. They can turn that. These kids are hungry, and they know they don't have a safety net. So many of these kids are gonna do so much better, sadly, than kids that had a nice, comfortable middle-class upbringing, because they've got that desire, and they're going to turn that adversity into their superpower.